Oh, get this man getting into a red light.
At the front of the Chevrolet Malibu 2022 model, it's not particularly for enthusiasts, but this car is adorable, it's nice looking, it's cute. You know, it's just for city commuting and it works. It has like the main lights, the fog lights, and the black badge here. So this is the bow tie when you get the RS model, and then the bow tie is blacked out. But that's just what it is. Nothing particularly interesting. It just works for the car design. That being said, let's come to the side of the car. It has a 17-inch wheel and a Malibu sign. I'm trying to find some very interesting details to show you guys. Maybe the wheel looks very good. Yeah, you might like the wheel, but the car is just a car and it works. And it has some sign that got me very curious here, like the Wi-Fi on sign. I don't know if the car has a Wi-Fi. Maybe if you're standing next to the car, you could be able to connect your hotspots, but I don't know what that sign particularly means. And if you have the key around you, you can just press the button and you have access. So it locks and it unlocks. There you go. Then it closes. At the rear of the Chevrolet Malibu RS, I think this is the best part of the car because it looks really good. Kevin, what do you think about the rear of this car?
It looks really pretty. It's like a sport-ish vehicle.
Yeah, so one interesting thing they added at the rear is the spoiler. So if you got like the normal Malibu, you wouldn't have the spoiler, but the RS has the spoiler. And the RS batch is also good. It doesn't mean it's fast. This car has 160 horsepower, so it's not particularly fast, but the look looks good. The look looks good.
So does the spoiler raise up when you're speeding for aerodynamics?
What are you talking about? No, it doesn't.
Oh,
it's just attached to the trunk and it does nothing. I don't know if it even enhances ground force, but it just therefore looks. But it works. It looks good. It has some exhaust here.
Double exhaust. That's
double, and I think they work. They're not fake exhaust. They're functional. I don't know what the exhaust is supposed to power because it has just 190 horsepower with a CVT. Anyways, that's enough from the rear. Let's look at this is the hood of the Chevrolet Malibu 2022 model. This is the hood of the Chevrolet Malibu 2022 module. It has the inline-4 turbo engine, not particularly fast. I mentioned already it has 160 horsepower and it uses a CVT transmission. It kind of works for cities, but when you get on the highway, you're going to feel why you might need a better transmission. But for the bias of this car, I don't think that's quite a problem. The engine is quite open, so in case you wanted to take a look, you can see. Not particularly interesting, but...
So what are we looking at here, sir?
The engine. That's what we're looking at. And that's the battery.
All right.
Yeah. And it has...
For those who do not know, let me explain some things here. So here we have the 4-cylinder CVT engine, probably designed by Toyota and exported to America. Check facts. What else do engine people say? I don't know. Anyway, that's the engine.
It has the hood strut, as you can see. Every car in the class has it, so it's not a flaw. And this one is not a con. It's just what it is in the... So, the 2022 Chevrolet Malibu, the starting price is $26,000 or $28,000, pardon me. And it's worth it. You know, you don't expect luxury when you're buying a car at that price. But now let's get into the interior and I'll show you why you shouldn't expect luxury when you're buying a car at this price. Let's get to it. So now we're in the interior of the Chevrolet Malibu RS 2022 module. Everything in here is pretty interesting, well put together, not particularly luxurious as you might expect from the price point, $28,000. Starting from the dashboard, we have this clothed pattern, and here is kind of like plastic or very scratchy. The glove box, reasonably sized. All plasticky, you know, so you shouldn't expect luxury from this. But an interesting feature I like about this car is the infotainment system. This has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it's all wireless, which is very good. And everything is easy and nice to reach, like the climate vents here, the volume knob, everything everything in the car just works and is well placed. It has the steering wheel, which is small and easy to drive if you're a one-hand driver like myself. That being said, let's talk about the car seats. It's clothed. I think that's what I'm gonna say. But I must confess they are comfortable. If you're sitting on it for a long drive, you can actually do that because they're very comfortable. For the passenger here, they are manual movements, and for the driver, you have automatic movements, which is very good. And then the gear selector right here, I think is well designed for the price point, especially. And for the RS module, you have the RS text or RS font here. Kind of works. Cup holders, they're very small. I don't know if you can put bigger cups here, but it's there. And the center console, reasonably sized also. It has enough space for a good amount. I don't think any car in this class has a bigger or more interesting design than this. I mean, it works compared to like the Toyota Corolla and all of those things. It's all like in the same class. Anyways, let's come over to the driver's side and I'm going to show you the fun parts of the side. Over at the driver's side, we have the steering, which I said is comfortable to drive with. Very soft, very nice to handle. And then we have like a small digital display here and the analog displays. They all work. I mean, it has all the information you might need. You have your climate vents here. You have your headlamp setting and control over here. You know, more climate vents over here. And then the seats controls are right here. So they're all automatic. If you need to control the windows, you can control all 4 windows for here. And you can control all 4 windows from here. And they are all one touch down, but you have to hold it to take it all up. I don't know if that makes sense, but let me show you how it works. So if you need to put it down, you just have to press all just one time and it's going to come down. But if you had to take it up, you have to hold it to go up. And that's how it works for all 4 windows. It has some storage space here. Everything is quite plasticky in the car, but I can forgive this because the car is a very inexpensive car. That's basically everything. To release your hood, you can just do it from here. You see the pedals, all pretty standard in the car. Just nothing, everything is functional, nothing luxurious or comfortable. Everything is just functional, and that's what the car was built for. The rest is and see how much space you have there. So at the rear of the Chevrolet Malibu 2022, you can see I'm not really a big guy, so I have a lot of space here. And this is where I would drive normally, and I think I will still have a lot of space here too. See, it has a lot of space, a lot of leg room, good amounts of headroom also. And we have the seat belts, you know, all functional. Everything plastic, more plastic, but it works, you know. Fabric, and then you have your speaker here. It is a car that is functional. If you have kids, I recommend this one for you. But if you're a car enthusiast, this is definitely not for you. A lot of space at the back. As you can see, Kevin has his water bottle here and it fits in perfectly, so it's reasonably sized. It has a 12 volts, I believe. Yeah, a 12 volt right there. And I don't think they have air vents at the back. So yeah, no air vents over here. At least you have a light you can use to read if you like to read. If you want to hang your suit over here, you also have your coat hanger right there. What else? Nothing. It's just a car that is functional. Let's check out the hood.
There's an airbag at the back seat.
The airbag, yeah, at the side. That's a good feature. Means it's safe. We can assume that.
The Americans have outdone themselves.
Yeah, we can say it's safe. But that's basically all there is at the back. Let's check out the trunk and see how much space we have there. So this is the key to the Chevrolet Malibu 2022. If you need to open the trunk, you just have to double tap on the 2X, like pop, pop, and then the trunk opens. And when you come to the trunk, reasonably sized, I think it's comparable to the Toyota Corolla. Kevin, what do you think? You're a Toyota Corolla driving peasant.
Yeah, as a Toyota butler, I feel it's a bit bigger. I don't know, because it's been a minute since I've seen inside the trunk of a Corolla. But this feels a lot bigger than that. Because this is longer, right? This car is quite longer than a normal Corolla.
Yeah, it's a mid-sized car. I don't know if a Corolla is the right comparison, but it's reasonably sized. If you had a family and you needed to carry so much, I feel like you can do that with this car. And an interesting feature about this car is you can remote start the car. And when you remote start the car, it's going to auto heat up the car just in case it was winter. The way to do that is to remote start the car. All you have to do is double lock the car. And then when it locks, you press and hold it here. And there we go. The car is on. You can heat up the car during winter, or if it's too hot, when you remote start, it's going to cool the car so you can get comfortable before you come into your car. The sound is not really a lot. I might just make you hear the sound just because it's part of the review, but it doesn't sound so interesting. Let's hear what it sounds like.
Give us more, man. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Doesn't sound like anything. It just sounds like a car. We're just reviewing the car. Yeah.
So, welcome to the Welcome to the Chevrolet Malibu 2022 driving experience with your one and only Corolla Butler. First off the gate, the car feels super light. Feels like I don't feel like I'm driving. I feel like I'm just, in luxury.
Luxury?
Yes. It drives. When I'll compare it to my Corolla. It feels similar but better. It's like a better driving experience. I think the suspension makes it way better. When you press the gas pedal, the car moves. You don't really fight. Whereas with Toyota, I don't know how the acceleration is designed, but this one is just better. It's different from the one we reviewed last week, where if you just press it, the car jumps. You're like, holy smokes. This one is designed for, I feel like if you are a businessman or like a professional, this is a car you can drive. When you park next to your boss, they can tell that you're doing something serious.
Like a city driving
like
official.
Yeah. For the cost price, you say 30,000 Canadian. I feel like it's designed for a professional, young professional, single man, single girl. You can see them driving this, It's definitely not something out there whereby you can compare or compete with the Mercedes, but I think you are around that Lexus area, You're just starting to make some money. The drive is good, every car says something about its owner, and this car definitely says you like classy things, you might not be able to afford them yet, but
you like it.
You like them, and you're a hard worker.
Okay.
It has auto stop, which I've always seen it when I'm a pedestrian. When you see this car when they started the traffic light, the car just feels as if it's starting again. You're like, what the hell? Which helps with saving on gas. So this car is very good on gas, I've been told.
32 miles per gallon.
32 miles per gallon. I don't know what that means, but how many liters are in a gallon?
They'll tell us in the comment section.
Exactly. So that will help me. But I feel like at 32 miles, you're looking at around 40 kilometers. So, which is pretty good. Which is pretty good.
How about the handling of the car?
The handling is pretty sweet. Like, usually when I'm in a new car that's not mine, that I'm not used to, I'm like both hands. But from the very first day I got into this car, it's like one hand and you're just comfortable. It's easy to pick up. When you're driving a Mercedes, the accelerator pedal feels different. The brakes feel different. Whereas in this one, it just feels normal. Feels like, oh yeah, I've driven this before, even though I haven't.
Feels familiar.
It feels familiar, So for all my Corolla drivers out there, if you're looking for an upgrade, this one will not give you culture shock, okay? You'll be fine. It accelerates pretty well. I can see some of the ladies in the streets looking at me like, hey, yeah, I've made it.
Are you sure it's you they're looking at?
Well, the car looks sweet. I'm pretty sure you've all seen the outside of it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that whoever drives this car is a well-made businessman. Okay, I don't know why I switched lanes here, but it is what it is. This is our old stomping grounds. Used to live around here. If you're ever in Vancouver, I would say this is a good car, especially with the level of traffic we have. As I get cut by a Corolla, you Corolla drivers behave. This car is good for city driving. It's good for congestion and all that stuff.
That's it.
That's it. That's pretty much it. The brakes are good.
Okay. All right, guys, let us know what you think. If you drive this car, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section. And thank you, Kevin.
I don't recommend getting this. Get a Corolla.
So that's it for the Chevrolet Malibu RS 2022 model. It's an interesting car that is very functional, not particularly for enthusiasts, but if you need to commute around the city, especially if you have kids, this car totally works. It has enough power, 190 horsepower. So yeah, it's a nice car, nice looking, functional, good space, practical. And I recommend buying it, especially if you don't have a lot of budget. 28,000 starting price is reasonable for this car. So yeah, I do recommend it. And that's it. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Kevin, what do you have to say to the people? Well, you didn't say anything. You just showed them a gesture.
It's a nice car, people. Let me. Personally, I feel like it's a nice car. It's a upgrade from the Corolla. As the Corolla battler, I'll always say, get a Corolla for your first car. But if you need something that steps you up, that gets you more respect, this is a respectable looking car. It looks pretty nice. You know, looks can be deceiving, you know, after the car that we reviewed last week. But it does have a lot of nice features. It's R5, which I don't know what the R means, probably sport mode, but who knows, man?